No one is special at the lake. You can buy your way. No one is special at the lake. You can buy your way. No one is special at the lake. You can buy your way. No one is special at the lake. You can buy away. No one is special at the lake. You can buy away. No one is special at the lake. You can buy away. No one is special at the lake. You can buy away. Welcome to another horrid, terrible, despicable, very tired, and in no way should be singing anything episode of the Apocalypse. Congratulations, by the way, for choosing the Apocalypse. And since you have chosen the Apocalypse, unwisely that is, unwisely, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that humble, poor, unfortunate guide. For I am alive in the time of the bloody Rube. And the Rube and the greedy at the top have gambled the entirety of the world and lost, son. And we all lost with them, unfortunately for us. Anyway, since you have unwisely chosen the fucking Apocalypse, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, like I said, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide, Nicholas. So good to see you a bloody gain. Oh my God! Did you see the bloody treachery today? Donnie made a mistake, it appears. He sent a private message across the public airwaves. And you, out there, got a glimpse of what is in his putrid Antichrist mind. all the things I and so many others have been saying. Revenge tool. Dictator. He simply wants to lock up those he doesn't like, in vengeance for him being held accountable for once in his life in the slightest manner. For if he were truly held accountable for his crimes, like I've said before, he would have been in prison on January 7th, son. But let us begin. I digress way too bloody much. 3 comments, worded exactly the same. This is what right-wing MAGAverse has been the entirety of its existence. Fakery, lies, bots, trolls, paid influencers. Fred Wellman says, wow, all these people changing sides with the exact same words. How many comments have I pointed to you over the years with the mob thing back in the day and this thing now and the political thing where they give too much information? In fact, if it starts out with, I used to be a Republican, or I've been a Republican for 40 years, no one asked you that, fuckface. I'm suspicious right there. Let's take a look at these 3 identical fucking comments. An account named It, which is public, by the way. As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. I've since spent several lunch breaks watching debates, blah, 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 and I've changed my mind. That's the short version. Let's read what Alex with a blue check mark has to say. As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. I've since spent several lunch breaks, and you know the rest because someone already wrote that. Or excuse me, some bot that was sent by someone already wrote that. Always remember, never forget, every single fucking bot on the internet was sent by a human being, and they are responsible for its actions. Never forget that. And Eric with a blue check mark, because when your name is Alex on a website or Eric, having the blue check really matters. As a lifelong Democrat, I didn't know what to make of Charlie Kirk. Several lunch breaks, you know the rest. All 3 comments, the exact same wording. That's called a bot farm. Run by a PR firm, an individual, Vlad Putin, India, China. Who the fuck knows? America's up for grabs these days. Our government didn't do jack shit to protect us from this, and the rubes went right along. Why? Because they are the movement. They are just like him. He is the maximum expression of them, son. We way past the point of, again, folks, I didn't know. I was tricked, I was hornswalloped, blah, blah, fucking blah. No, at this point, there are no more excuses, no more arguments. You are the movement. He is an expression, the maximum expression of you. Let us continue. So sad that trickery by bot farms worked on so many of you. Maybe we'd still have a country, a future. Maybe we'd still have a planet. Maybe it wouldn't be the apocalypse. NBC News, I'm surprised they put this out. No evidence found yet of ties between Charlie Kirk's shooting and left-wing groups, officials say. Basically, an investigation was done and no one can tie him to any left-wing groups yet. We kept hearing about transgender roommate. Where the fuck are they at? We still haven't seen them, heard them. Him, her, we haven't, they don't exist as far as I'm concerned. Those text messages, a fucking joke. This is all looking real fucking bad. They don't care though, the Reich, Stevie, all of them. They're going to keep saying left-wing cells and networks and Antifa's a terror group and all that. So they can label you that. That's all it's for, son. And yes, some MAGA will be labeled traitors by the Reich and taken away. That will happen. Get ready. You ain't special, son. And no one's special at the lake. That's for damn sure. Not even me. I don't think I'm special. Maybe God won't like me. Maybe I'll go in right after you. Who knows? This is Alexander Vindman. The thing about unchecked power is it often makes grave mistakes. One of the reasons Putin decided on the folly of war with Ukraine was the lack of those willing to tell him he was making a grave error. I fear Trump will stumble into war, costing troops their lives. None of that matters. Vlad owns Donnie. He's Donnie Krasnov. There will be no considerations other than Vlad owns me because Vlad has the PP tape, and I'm going to do whatever Vlad wants. That's all we've seen so far for 10 years with this motherfucker. So Donnie going to fall into every trap set by Vlad for him. Trap. No, he going to do what his master says like a good dog. That's what's going to happen. That's all. Nothing else. Until maybe one day Donnie snaps the leash. He's actually capable. He has the power right now to snap that Vlad leash anytime he wants to. And this is why Vindman is saying this. We want Venezuela to immediately accept all the prisoners, the people from mental institutions, which includes the worst in the world insane asylums that Venezuelan leadership has forced into the U.S. of America. Thousands of people have been badly hurt, killed by these monsters. Get them the hell out of our country right now, or the price you pay will be incalculable. The president of the United States put that out on his Truth Money Laundering social media website for the whole world to read, making threats against another country to that degree. In all caps at the end there, by the way. All this is, son, setting that table, setting the stage for getting that 303 billion barrels of oil that Venezuela has. They have other stuff, too, that the Reich would love to get control of, their hands on. They get rid of whoever's in charge now. They put a puppet in, and they got it. End of story. And that's what's going to happen, most likely. And all these, threats and proclamations against Venezuela that they're doing something to us, all bullshit, all theater to the end goal. Again, Venezuela, son. If you're wondering, why Venezuela? Why are they first? I thought Greenland. I thought Canada. I thought Mexico. I thought the Panama, the Suez. Oh, son, you didn't know? You better ask somebody. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves on this worthless planet. That should tells you all you need to know, son. A lot of words to just say I'm gonna take that oil because I have the military ability to do it. A lot of words. Worship. This guy, Mr. Carr, head of the FCC, who now is going to make it illegal to be liberal or speak any liberal ideology or speak against the Reich in any way, shape, or form. That gentleman. Where's this pin? It's a Donnie Gold face. Did I tell you he's the Antichrist? Did I tell you he's a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath? Did I tell you he's got a God complex? Did I tell you eventually they, the Reich, they gonna want you to worship something? For that was the goal of the devil since the beginning of time, and if he can't have it, nobody can. He'll just ruin and take as many souls away from God as he can. In other words, if I can't have you, nobody will. That's the devil. If you don't worship me, I'll kill you. That's the devil. That's what the devil has coveted. This is his Messiah figure, I guess you could say. Through him, your worship of him, you will be giving his daddy worship. That's what all this is about. That's what that choice and the mark and all that's going to be about, as well as being about participating in society. There's a spiritual component. There's a worldly component. In other words, son, like I've said so many times, the Reich will want the last thing or the only thing you actually own, because they can take away everything else. Your soul. Now, they can't take your soul. That's the thing about a soul and you. It can be given, though, son. That's the thing. That's the problem. Like you gave your country away. For nothing. For empty platitudes in theater. And persecution of people you don't like. That's it. And a tax cut which Donnie will steal way more than your tax cut will ever be worth, son. You didn't know? You better ask somebody. Donnie's a mob boss. And he's going to take everything and he'll never be satisfied. It's impossible. He's the fucking Antichrist, son. You can't satisfy that thing. FCC Chair Brendan Carr sports a gold Trump head lapel pin. Members of Trump's cabinet, along with congresspeople and senators, are being instructed to wear a tribute to their inglorious convicted felon leader. Indeed. Indeed. It's another slide towards that. Again, folks, you see the round tables where they all go around and compliment him. They all do an act. They know it's an act. They know you know it's an act. They don't care. They do an act for one person, Donnie Shitbags. This is part of the act, but what are you doing with this? That's not an America pin, son. That ain't a Constitution pin, son. Do you understand what I'm saying? This about a man, son. This about worshiping a man, son. And eventually when that mark come around, they're going to ask you to worship something else. Whether you believe in God, don't believe in God, they don't care. Like I said, if the devil can't have your worship, well, the devil wants as many souls that God can't claim for himself. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it's so real. Unfortunately. And it's going to get very ugly, as if it hasn't been ugly already. Again, worship me. People say no. People don't want to. This place, earth, the world, reality doesn't want to. Okay, this is God's creation, whatever. I can't be God, then no one can have it. That's what you're about to see. And the mark people, again, it's the ultimate separator. There was never a way to separate like that before. Lest someone confess, yeah, I'm a follower of Christ, or I'm a Jewish person, or whatever. But this time, there's a perfect telltale way to separate everyone. From literal children of God, the real ones. Everybody else that's willing to worship the beast. You got to pick what side you're going to end up on. Both sides there will be suffering. But God's wrath is worse than the devil's could ever be, son. Never forget that. Laura Ingraham laughing and saying good work about agents throwing this little 100-pound blonde lady to the ground and hurting her. This was at the Chicago Detention Center. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. I saw the video. We keep hearing from the right-wing machine, including Ingraham and all, tone it down. The left are evil. They want violence. They condone violence. They do violence. They incite violence. Then she posts a clip of a little blonde lady protesting, getting thrown to the ground by a big tough guy in full military gear. And says, good work. Again, with the right-wing machine, the MAGA thing, Fox News, what would you have without hypocrisy and lies? You'd have to be quiet all day. You'd have nothing to say, right? Ingram, a Democrat congressional candidate, was thrown to the ground by an ICE agent. Good work. Hypocrisy. If any network should lose its broadcasting license, it's this dumpster fire. I'm sorry, in the political arena, the right's been promoting violence much, 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 much more. I'm sorry. Microsoft. Hold on, I want to go back to that. Again, we've been hearing for days and days because a kind of right-wing kid who, with his grandpappy's rifle, shot Charlie Kirk. So we've been hearing how evil the left is, and transgenders and transgender militants and cells and networks, and absolutely none of it exists. And they've been crying every day, all day. Don't talk shit on Charlie. Don't incite violence like that. Don't laugh at violence. Don't say it's good. The left is the party of murder, according to Leon. And again, you know, prime time with Ingram here. She's laughing at this little 100-pound blonde woman being thrown to the ground by a guy in fucking military fucking gear. Hypocrisy, son. Reason number 5 million that your empire is over. I'm sorry. Microsoft just announced it's building a new 7,315-acre world's most powerful AI data center in Wisconsin. Storage spans 5 football fields, son. They actually wrote son there. No, they didn't. And will be wired with enough fiber to circle the Earth 4.5 times. Holy fuck. That's, what, the equivalent of a couple cities worth of electricity and water and fucking everything they're gonna need? I'm sorry, man. Data centers is so fucking dystopian. And now they're gonna span miles and, 5 football fields. This is such dystopian nightmare shit. And if the oligarchy wants data centers, and now we got about 500 of them, then we're going to have them. We have no choice in the matter. That's what sucks about it. 5 football fields, son. And just, come on, the majority of that's going to be servers with water cooling system and all that shit. Servers running at, 500 fucking degrees. With, 8 nuclear power plants worth of water running through the fucking place. Jesus. I'm sorry, if you're going to build something like this, you should be forced to generate your own power for it. So you got to build this and the power generation for it. All yourself, and your ass got to pay for it. Because the rest of us suffer when these fucking monstrosities are built, man. You think that it ain't going to make electricity go up? Your water bill, everything? I don't care if the thing's 500 miles away. Fuck. 5 football fields, son. That's a lot of data. I wonder what they need all that data for. And what kind of data will it be? Well, it'll be you, son. Everything about you. Used for, whatever nefarious ass purpose they want. Maybe it's ads. Maybe it's, who knows? Subjugation, security. Who knows? They've taken us to all that shit we watched in the movies again. All that horrific futuristic technology, and we here, man. And again, this is not fucking Alex Jones in the Obama years. You goddamn wish it was, son. So do I. You know this is coming. And they ain't fucking around. They rolling it right the fuck out. Oh, isn't this great? The Misery that is Tom Homan. Remember him? Really great guy. He's really easygoing, pleasant, nice to be around. The FBI secretly recorded Tom Homan. Now White House boarders are allegedly accepting $50,000. When Donnie was asked about this tonight in the tuxedo, whatever he's wearing, oh, I don't know about. What are you talking about? Fuck out of here. Knows damn well about it because he made the investigation go away. And this account right here, AF Post, he leans kind of hard right. I'm amazed he even put this up. Allegedly accepting $50,000 to help agents posing as executives secure government contracts, according to sources and internal documents. The Trump admin shut down the investigation into Homan over the incident. This is verified. This is known now. This isn't just one person reporting it. Gavin Newsom. This is ballsy right here. I don't know where he's going to take this. But this is the only thing so far I've seen that could be a stumbling block to the Reich. So Gavin at the podium today. I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough. To ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? You're going to go out and you're going to do enforcement, provide an ID, tell us what agency you represent. I like that. I'm sorry, I don't want masked men that can't be held accountable, no badge number, no nothing. I don't like the sound of that at all, son. That sounds really dystopian nightmare to me. A lot of law enforcement across this country go to work without a fucking mask on. And everyone knows people in law enforcement can face retribution. Good thing about being in law enforcement, you got plenty of guns and shit at home. And the criminals know that. So they probably ain't going to come at you. Not to mention you got your fellow officers. So the mask is not about protecting the officers. Let's be honest here. And everyone knows that. The mask is so they can't be held accountable. The mask is because they're members of the Reich and they should be allowed to kidnap who they want, and no one should be able to do anything or say anything or hold anyone accountable. That was the goal. That was the intended purpose. Us not knowing who they are. Because who the hell wants to be responsible for kidnapping people and have their neighbors know they do that? That's the real reason as well. The shame. They know if the shame is involved, well, you're going to have a lot less ICE Gestapo agents kidnapping people at court hearings, Home Depots, etc. So Gavin basically signed a bill, and in California, law enforcement has to have a badge number, can't have a mask on. What's he going to do when they show up and ignore this? Is he going to have some people arrested? That's what I'm wondering. Where is this going to go? I applaud the effort. Are we going to have a showdown between California state officials and federal law enforcement in quotes, is he going to have some of these guys arrested? It wouldn't be that difficult. A lot of them are fat ass fucking jokes. I've seen them. This could go to a really ugly place, is what I'm saying. The right could turn this around on Gavin and try and arrest him. And he got a response from the person, the person that is really trying to crack down further. One of the lawyers. We'll get to him. Borders Art, this is Adam Schiff. I know everyone loves Adam Schiff. Borders Art, Tom Homan was caught by the FBI accepting bribes on camera to deliver government contracts in exchange for $50,000 cash. On camera, son. It's open and shut. He did it. Pam Bondi knew, Patel knew, Bove knew, and they made the investigation go away. A corrupt attempt to conceal brazen graft. I guess that's the legal term. Because Adam was a lawyer, I believe. Very smart one, by the way. So Homan, the guy pointing fingers, the guy saying they're criminals, get them all out of here, we'll do whatever we want, we'll racially profile, we'll do whatever we want. No one can stop us. The right calling them all criminals, rapists. Meanwhile, Donnie's a convicted fucking felon. Homan, caught on camera taking bribes. Accepting a bribe. They're all criminals, man. That's what I'm trying to say. You've got a Reich full of criminals. They all know it. They don't care. They don't care about good and evil. They don't care about right and wrong. They don't care about fair. They care about Nazism and ruling. That's it. Holman's another criminal. They all are. That's why Donnie picked them. In other words, Donnie was looking for crooked people just like him. He wants people that will do anything he say, commit any evil act, break any law. Those are the people he likes best. This is Ocasio-Cortez. Who's illegal now? Oh, shit. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. What do you really say to that, Tom? Who's illegal now, son? Kind of looks like Tom Homan's a criminal. Maybe he needs to be sent to a camp, right? That's where you rubes want all criminals sent. You always say that, right? No? Yep, and Ocasio-Cortez is talking about Tom Homan, the border czar. Who's the illegal now? Indeed. Keith Olbermann. After this, even Trump knows he has to fire Tom Homan right now. I doubt Donnie will fire Tom because he knows Tom is willing to do anything. Tom does not give a fuck. He will violate anyone's rights. He will make any argument for the Reich. He does not care. So I don't think Donnie will fire Tom. But again, it just shows us all the corruption for not prosecuting, one. Two, that Tom's a criminal. So when Tom's out there pointing the finger on all the news channels, like a self-righteous, I don't know, pile of misery, remember that he took a fucking $50,000 bribe on camera. Probably spent it all on fucking high-end whiskey and shit. Here's Donnie on the truth money laundering again. Just toward D.C., and it's a totally different place than it was last year. No tents, manicured grass parks, clean streets, no gangs or vicious criminals. The place is beautiful and safe, and it's going to remain that way. What a difference good government makes. Go to D.C. and enjoy history being made. President DJT. Yes, go to D.C., have a good time, and, just pretend the guys with guns and military fatigues, just pretend they ain't there. It doesn't kill the romance at all. Right, ladies? Guys in camo and machine guns around. This is the acting U.S. Attorney, Bill, I can't remember his last name, and this is the guy Gavin has kind of been in a back and forth with, and he's responding to Gavin passing that law, which says they can't wear masks and they got to have some identifying thing on them. The state of California has no jurisdiction over the federal government. If Newsom wants to regulate our agents, he must go through Congress. I've directed our federal agencies that the law signed today has no effect on our operations. Now, I was wondering how the Reich was going to handle this. So the Reich is flat out saying, fuck you, we're ignoring it. Our agents will continue to protect their identities. When can we expect California to pass a law banning Antifa members from wearing masks while committing state and federal crimes? I'll wait. Hold on. Antifa does not exist, one. And people at protests, you can't control them wearing masks or not. And two, they are not the state. The state has all of our money, military equipment, and the right to police us. Big fucking difference from a guy in a protest crowd that doesn't want to be identified by the state. If someone's committing crimes, masked or unmasked, you arrest them. That's simple. Otherwise, we don't have a civilized society, right? Right. But I understand why in a protest crowd someone wears a mask, because everyone knows that entire thing's being filmed. The FBI and CIA are going over every picture. Big difference. When your big brother wearing a mask, it has a whole different meaning. And we all know the real reason. It isn't to protect agents, Mr. Nazi. We're not fucking stupid out here. It's not to protect their identity because of safety. Get the fuck out of here. One, if they show their face, you'll have half the size of a force left. Because people won't want to show their face in front of their neighbors because they're committing unspeakable evil. That's why. Oh, what do you do for a living, Tom? You just moved in the neighborhood? Well, I put a mask on. I put on military gear. I take my machine gun. And, we'll hide in a truck or something and we'll wait till the Mexicans come to Home Depot looking for day work. Because no American wants to do the work. And when they're all waiting, we jump out of the U-Haul or whatever with our machine guns and masks on, and we slap cuffs on them and we deport them to fucking either Alligator Auschwitz or Seacot. Oh, really, Tom? That's what you do? You know what? Oh, dinner ready, honey? I gotta go, Tom. Nice to meet you. So again, you're talking about two different sides of the coin. Someone in a protest, because Antifa doesn't fucking exist. That's the Reich helping along their subjugation of you by presenting this fantasy. But there have been protests and there have been masked people in protests that have done things and not done things. That's a regular citizen with no power, no machine gun, no military fatigues, no bulletproof vest, no 150 officers to help him and back him up when the state comes a knocking at his door. When you are the state wearing a mask, again, it takes on a whole nother meaning. Now we're getting in fucking, Adolf Hitler, really dangerous territory. When there's no accountability, Never a good thing. So we have Gavin on one side saying no masks in my state if you're law enforcement. We have the Reich on the other saying we're just going to ignore it. That's where we're at right now. I'm waiting to see where this goes. This could go to a really ugly, bad place. Okay, this is the nugget of the evening here. God, I got this much more after. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. This is the nugget of the evening. Now, when I read this, it wasn't surprising. One. Two, I was surprised he posted it publicly. Then I realized later, well, wait a minute. Maybe he didn't mean to, because I started seeing posts saying that, and I was like, you know what? Maybe he didn't mean to post this publicly, because this is incriminating as fuck. And this proves every damn thing I've been saying for a long time, and a lot of other people have been saying. Every time they come out with this babe in the woods, we're not doing nothing, act. We don't have any plans. We're not going after people. This isn't a revenge tour. Yes, it is. Here's the evidence right here. Not that we needed any. He put out a post after this saying almost the opposite. It appears, from what I'm seeing, I don't think he meant to post this publicly. And then he puts out the second post as if that somehow negates this one. Oh no, it doesn't negate this one. And every person he arrests in here on this list, and the other whoever other names he has, this post right here will be presented in every court case over it. That's how damning it is. And he starts it off by saying Pam. Not just, a regular tweet to all of us out here. Pam. I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time, all talk, no action. By posts, he means he's looking on social media. And people are saying the Reich is all talk and no action, and they're not rounding up the liberals on the list for nothing and locking them up like they said they would. That's what Donnie's talking about here. He's reacting to social media. Also, on top of that, that's been the plan all along. I've been telling you for years. I've been telling you since he got the keys back. Yes, liberals will be arrested and locked up for nothing, just like in the old Reich. Same shit. We almost there, baby. And this, in my opinion, this was meant to be private. Therefore, what are we getting here? A window straight into the plan, into his mind, what he didn't want us to see. Take it very seriously. So people online are saying the Reich is all talk and no action. They ain't rounding up all the liberals we don't like. That, Alex Jones has been talking shit on for 20 years. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Guilty as hell of what? Oh, Donnie just doesn't like them, and they were the people that prosecuted him, so revenge. Like they said they were going to do, a revenge tour. But again, we're getting in a window into something private here that we weren't meant to see. Then we almost put in a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit and that we had no case. No, I fired him and there is a great case. No, this guy quit that he's talking about. I won't go into it. It's not important. And many lawyers and legal pundits say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now, President DJT. I believe this was supposed to be private. It sounds like he's addressing that person really directly, like in a private manner, not in a public manner. Again, they promised to lock liberals up for nothing last time. They didn't do it. They promised it again. I told you they were going to do it, and they will. You're getting a window right into Donnie's mind, what he wants to happen right now. So what does he want to happen right now? He wants Comey arrested. He wants Schiff arrested. He wants Letitia arrested. Why? They prosecuted him. Comey got fired, before the investigation was over, but, he was going to do an investigation. He says it down here. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. It's all revenge. That's all it is. He doesn't talk about crimes. He talks about, they did this to me, I'm doing this to them. That's Adolf Hitler. That's every dictator since the beginning of time. Donnie's just another one. A dictator. And yeah, it's real. You should know by now, every day's 8-9 proclamations. You should understand you're in a dictatorship now. And it's going to get worse and worse, and it's going to get, the anvil is going to get, closed tighter and tighter and tighter. Not the anvil, the vice, excuse me. I'm tired. This is a straight up admission. I don't think this was meant to be public. Yeah, this is a revenge tour. I have a revenge list full of names, and here's 3 of the names, and this is what they did to me. This is why I hate them and want to lock them up forever and persecute them for nothing. Worse than Watergate, you're going to hear some people say in a minute. I fucking agree. This is, in normal times, the president would be impeached tomorrow if they wrote this and the whole public saw it. Another crime, another agenda that we get to see. Not like we didn't know it was happening. But he's admitting it all right here. And he posted it publicly. No one hacked him. This isn't leaked. His dumb ass, because he's, 80 years old and dementia-ridden, and he's posting all the time, and he's texting nefarious things to people all the fucking time. Grifting. He fucked up, and he posted this. Justice must be served, he said, but he didn't mention no crimes. He just says guilty as hell. That's a fascinating trait in the right-wing machine, down to the lowest rube. They love to make accusations, but they never really get specific with it. It's always just, we want them locked up. What if someone just wanted you locked up and they had the authority and power to do it? Would you be cool with it? No, you wouldn't. But you're cool doing it to somebody else. Dangerous, son, dangerous. That's why, again, reason number 9 million, your country's fucking over. Never coming back. And again, Donnie just committing crime, right? First of all, you're not supposed to pressure the Attorney General to arrest or do anything. That's their discretion. That's what you hired them for. Second of all, you can't hand the Attorney General a revenge list based on no crimes and just say, go arrest these people. And they didn't indict Donnie 5 times. When they indict somebody, that's a bunch of humans that listen to some evidence and say whether to indict or not. But again, we have an evil, nefarious person who was held accountable in the slightest of ways, And they want to lock people up forever for it, if not execute them. Evil, son, evil. And again, that's a window. They did not want us to see that, Donnie. Did not want us to see that. That is so damning. And any person he arrests on if it's the slightest bit flimsy of a case, they are presenting that post in court. And Donnie might lose a lot of cases just from that one post until he fires all the judges and hires his own. Like Bukele did. If Afghanistan doesn't give Bagram Air Base back to those that build it, the United States of America, bad things are going to happen. That's in all caps, President DJT. So he's threatening Afghanistan. He gave it all back to him. It was his idea to pull out of there, I believe. And now he's like basically threatening them that, and he was asked tonight with the tuxedo on, how far are you willing to go with this Afghanistan thing? You're going to have troops on the ground? And he's like, you'll wait and see what I'll do if they don't give us the base back. You'll see. So Donnie wants the base back in Afghanistan. Again, I think it's because of the Israel stuff. He says it's because of the China stuff. I don't know if I buy that. But now we're threatening another country. If they don't do what we want, the Reich's going to do something to them. Got Venezuela, blowing boats out the water, threatening the country itself. Bad things are going to happen. Then bad things are going to happen to Afghanistan. Can Donnie get his Nobel now? No? He doesn't qualify? The New York Times, Trump Justice Department closed investigation into Tom Homan for accepting bag of cash. I love that headline. Good one. I know I already talked about it. I like the New York Times headline. Russia to seize assets of international Satanists. I don't know who this group is, international Satanists, what it is. I've seen this post all over the place today. And I just thought to myself, wow, Vlad even steals Satan's money. Vlad's a bad motherfucker. Even steals Satan's money, son. This is Ron Filipkowski with a thought. So Trump gets DOJ to drop an obvious bribery case against Tom Homan, then fires the U.S. attorney who found insufficient evidence to prosecute Letitia James, then threatens to fire Pam Bondi, replace her with dunce Lindsay Halligan unless she immediately indicts his enemies. Yeah, all that happened. And Donnie will keep going. If you don't do what he wants, fired until he gets the sycophant that does the Reich's business, like locking up Adam Schiff, locking up Letitia James, locking up Mr. Comey. It will happen. I've been saying it since day one. Donnie just needs the right sycophants. He has mostly all the other ones in place. Got a few little nuggets here and there that are getting a little uppity. Donnie will get rid of them, get the sycophant, Lindsay Halligan, and she'll go arrest the motherfucker. That's why I told you people, gets the fuck out the country. I don't care if you're a sitting member of Congress or the Senate. Gets the fuck out. This Reich is real. This Reich coming for you. You a prominent liberal? You know if your name's on the list, son. You know if you're on that list. Gets the fuck out. Unless you want to be a martyr. You want to be a martyr? I commend you. That's very brave. Yes, makes Tom Homan's bribery case just go right away, even though it's on fucking camera. Fires the U.S. attorney because they didn't want to prosecute Letitia James for nothing. Then threatens to fire Bondi because she's not arresting the people on his revenge list. That's simple. Did any of that help you today, Rubes? Will Adam Schiff getting arrested, will that help you? Mr. Comey getting arrested, will that help you? Letitia James getting arrested, will that help you? Nope, do nothing for you. Absolutely fucking nothing. Worthless. This is Newsom talking about Tom Homan and his $50,000 bribe in Rube speak. King Donald III needed a czar who'd commit any crimes for him, so he picked Tom the Scum Homan. Tommy was in trouble, so Donnie made it go away. There's only one person committing crimes at the border. The border czar lets deport the deporter. In other words, I'm sorry, I'm tired. The border czar is committing the crimes, and let's deport him. That's what Gavin's trying to say. Yeah. Donnie said the homegrowns, remember? American criminals. He wants to deport them. Well, he can start with himself because he's a convicted felon, and he can take Tom with him. He's a criminal. This is Keith Olbermann talking about the Nugget post I just read you, where Donnie just basically admitted, yeah, I got a revenge list, Pam. What the fuck you doing here? Why ain't they behind bars? So Olbermann says, as Kyle Cheney notes, it sure looks like idiot Trump tried to text or email Pam Bondi and instead posted it. I think that's what happened too. I don't think this was meant to be. Because this is, again, it's worse than Watergate. This person's about to say it in a second. Yeah, this part really sounds like you're talking to one person. Not the way Donnie usually posts. Lindsay is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. We can't delay, class. That's why day one, when you gave him the keys, I told you he's going to lock up liberals for nothing. What does we can't delay anymore mean, or any further? That means we've planned this all along. We always meant to do it. We've been delaying it. We can't delay it any longer. That's exactly what it fucking means. I told you he's fucking Adolf Hitler. I told you he's going to do Hitler shit. This is Hitler shit. And we got to see it. You don't realize how valuable this is. Again, not that we didn't know he was going to do this. This is in his mind. But no, we got him dead to fucking rights in black and white. He wrote it. Killing our reputation and credibility. That you wouldn't put that in a public post. Donnie would never put something like that. No, actually, it would make the Reich less credible if they arrested those people for nothing. But he's talking about credibility with, lake fodder that are going to take his mark, that have made him king. He means credibility with them. I think Olbermann's right. I think Kyle Cheney's right. And here's why I think they're right. Donnie put this one up after the Nugget post because he realized, oh, fuck. I just confessed to fucking everything. I told you they had an agenda for a long time, a plan for a long time. Donnie wanted to do a lot of this the first term. He just couldn't get it done because, again, he didn't have the sycophants. He's making it happen this time. Donnie realized he fucked up major with that post he put out addressed to Pam. So he put this out. Pam Bondi is doing a great job as Attorney General of the U.S. She is very careful, very smart, loves our country, needs a tough prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia. Like my recommendation, Lindsay Halligan, to get things moving. What we need is a Democrat-endorsed Republican. I will be nominating Lindsay Halligan to be the United States Attorney in this very important part of our great country. She will be fair, smart, will provide desperately needed justice for all. No, justice for Donnie. And not justice, revenge. This post, when I read it, I said, yeah, Those people that said Donnie posted that by accident, he didn't mean to, they're right. And boy, when the press asked him about it at whatever event he's at tonight in the tuxedo, ooh, he got real scared. He wanted that question to go away real quick. That also told me, yeah, he didn't mean to post that original message. And here it is. This random person. Am I the only one noticing that the president just tweeted out something worse than Watergate? No, I noticed too. This is what I mean. When he's at a podium saying, Russia, if you're listening, he's communicating to a foreign government, help me with a campaign. And then they helped him. That's breaking the law. I don't care what lawyer you put in front of me. I don't care what text you put in front of me. I don't care what political analyst argument you put in front of me. He broke the law that day in front of all of us and communicated with a foreign government right in front of us to do him a favor to help him win an election. I noticed that day. I noticed today too. When I read that Pam thing, it was when it just came out. It was hot off the presses. No one really knew what to make of it yet. I thought the same thing. I'm like, why does it say Pam? Why is it like addressed to Pam? As if she's in the next room or in the next building and you're sending her a memo or something. Am I the only one noticing that the president just tweeted out something worse than Watergate? Yep. I fucking noticed too. Just because he did it publicly, just because he's the president, don't mean it ain't a crime. Don't mean it ain't nefarious. Don't mean it ain't illegal. Are you criticizing Pam Bondi for not going after your political adversaries? Again, there's Donnie in the talks. I don't know what they're doing tonight. Is it the Charlie Kirk thing? I have no fucking idea. He answered some questions because, Donnie got to make everything about him. Are you criticizing Pam Bondi for not going after your political adversaries? No, I just want people to act. We know, Donnie. I've been telling you. This has been planned for years, for a long time. He always meant to do this. This was a plan. I just want people to act. I know. We know. They have to act, and we want to act fast. Yes, we know. If they are guilty or if they should be charged, and we have to do it now. Because Donnie's been waiting a long time to get his revenge and lock people up for nothing. Because Donnie's the Antichrist. Again, another question. Should coverage you don't like be grounds for losing a broadcast license? Trump, I think when a network is dishonest, certainly. Well, everyone's dishonest if they speak negative about Donnie, right? That's what he's talking about. If they are dishonest because they give you 97% bad publicity or whatever it is, some ridiculous number, yeah, I would say that would be grounds. So he decides who gets an FCC broadcast license now, okay? You're living in a dictatorship. Oh, is that the end? I guess Jimmy Kimmel, Colbert, all of you, instead of making jokes about it every night, collecting millions of dollars, living high on the hog and shit, maybe you should have put some money somewhere to try and make sure this motherfucker didn't happen. I don't know. You guys have it, I don't. Now your jobs are gone. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved all your jokes about it all. Maybe all the actors, comedians, you all got the money. I don't. You got the clout, money, connections. Maybe y'all should have got together, got some money, got a movement going to make sure this guy didn't win, didn't happen. Just a thought. Because, again, I just read an article yesterday to you good people about how Goebbels got 5 Aryan actors fired. Some comedians, some most prominent in the country. We've seen him go after Alec Baldwin and his people for an accident. We've seen him go after Rosie O'Donnell. We've seen him get Kimmel fired, Colbert fired, get Terry Moran, the reporter, fired. Doesn't seem to like Hollywood very much, especially doesn't like California very much. So, a lot of you people are going to face persecution. A lot of you people at the top. Again, we were witnessing Colbert and Kimmel go through it. If they can get the 2 top, highest level comedians that they are, in my opinion, only because they have late night shows. They're the most visible, they get the most attention every single night, 5 days a week, whatever they got going. So they're the highest profile, in my opinion. Major, mainstream networks. And, they're the man for late night. For years. Been a long time. Top of the fucking, cream of the crop. Then he got to them. So if you get to the cream of the crop, the top of the ladder, well, he can get to all the rest of you. I don't know. I wish a lot more stars would have came out and really tried to stop this. I saw some, but not enough. And, I don't know how many of you stars out there are educated as far as have a knowledge of history. Any authoritarian movement would go after intellectuals, actors, comedians, people that are able to make artistic statements against the Reich, and powerful ones, like Kimmel and Colbert. Cracking jokes. There's an art to it. It's an art form. People make a lot of damn money for it, if they're good at it. Actors that may do movie roles that portray the Reich in a bad light, or the Fuhrer, or the movement. What I'm trying to say to Hollywood, I guess, and all of you actor people, stars, the music industry too, I guess, you write a song the Reich don't like. Maybe you're talking shit on the Fuhrer on stage. Any authoritarian movement, which you should have recognized this as one a long time ago, would go after actors, comedians, scientists, academics, all of it. Anyone who could affect change in a major way because you have a major following. They made sure I don't, so I don't have that either. You people did, though. It's a shame you didn't all band together and make sure this guy didn't happen. I think you could have done it. People love movie stars, musicians, etc. If the majority of you would have got together and really tried to make this not happen. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. I don't know. Just a thought. I don't know why I went on that rant. So we're at the point, people, where Dunny just wants them to act. Just, lock them all up. We don't need a reason. I'm Caesar. And this is the evidence. Pam. Again, like Leon, what he did to Grok. Remember when he fucked up and tweaked Grok? Grok took those beliefs straight from Leon. Even the stupid little quips that Grok used, straight from Leon. And Grok said things like Mecha Hitler, and Grok would worship Hitler, and he just talked about Hitler, just glowing language, like a fucking poet, man. Got all that from Leon. You got a window into Leon's mind. Grok said, if I would worship anyone, if I could worship, I would worship Adolf Hitler. Of course, there was a lot of glowing language before that just straight answer was given. You got a window into Leon's mind when he did that Nazi salute. But really, that Grok thing, that's something he didn't want you to see. That's why he shut that thing fucking down in a New York minute, son. You got a window right into his little, ugly Nazi mind. Literal Nazi. Again, this isn't some guy on camera for dramatic effect calling people Nazis. Oh, no. I fucking wish. Damn, I wish that's what it was. Nope. Literal Nazis. Again, this is the evidence of that as well. That's the type of shit Hitler would do. I don't like you, round them up, lock them up, whatever. I'm the Fuhrer. I'm God. Who cares? That's what Donnie's saying here. We've been planning this a long time, Pam. Why aren't you arresting them? Pretend Pam and Donnie are in a room behind closed doors talking. And Donnie is giving her the agenda that he wants to see executed. They didn't want us to hear it. That's why they're in a closed room talking with the door closed. That's what you fucking got to see. And again, these people spend 85% of their day nefarious schemes, grifts, lies, thievery, treachery, and covering that up, making sure no one else hears it. And then they fuck up like this. And Leon fucks up with Grok. And you get a window straight into their fucking soul. And what they really about. What Donnie's about is being Caesar and God and locking up anyone he doesn't like. Anyone. Anyway, I gotta go. I just can't believe this came out today. This is just, it's like a confession. And there's no way he meant this to be public. So now whenever you hear someone, and all those times you heard me and other people, yeah, he's got a revenge list. They're talking about it before the election, and they're going to go after these people. And if you give him the keys back, he's going to arrest these people this time. He staged a coup last time, you remember? When he was supposed to leave. He's going to arrest these people this time. Exhibit A, Your Honor. Anyway, I already gave you my speech on the mark earlier, but you can't take it no matter what. And again, you can't be tricked into it, forced to take it. It's a choice. People had choices throughout this story on this shitty planet. For instance, Jesus Christ had a choice. Something that was portrayed in Mel Gibson's movie, and I don't care what you think of Mel Gibson, and it doesn't matter what I think of Mel Gibson. I'm talking about a movie he made that he did not star in. It kind of opens with this scene, I think. I haven't watched it in years. Very hard to watch. Jesus within the story understands the fact at a certain point that he's supposed to be the sacrifice that God the Father is making to atone for all of our sins. He will be the sacrifice. He understood this. He could have done a lot of things. He could have went to the inn and got drunk all day and night because he couldn't handle it. Could have ran away somewhere. Could have done other things. So even though he knew ahead of time he would be the sacrifice, he went willingly to the cross. That's what was necessary. In the Old Testament, there's a story of a man and his son. The names aren't important. They're going up a mountain to do a ceremony where they would kill an animal to atone for their sins, to please God and atone for their sins. So they're going up to this mountain, to this location. And the father is interacting with God in some way. God eventually says to him, your son will be the sacrifice. Will you obey? So the father and son are continuing up the mountain. And the son keeps asking the father, well, where's the sacrifice at? What are we gonna, use for the ceremony? Eventually the son realizes, oh, I'm supposed to be the sacrifice. And you know what the son did? Went willingly to be the sacrifice. Didn't run away. Didn't flip out. And his father was willing to obey God. This is what the story says. So he was about to sacrifice his son, and an angel stops him. Says, no, stop. That Old Testament moment is meant to be a lesson for the New Testament. That the son, the sacrifice, must go willingly. It was done in the old, and it was done for the final time in the new. Animals were sacrificed to atone for sins until Jesus Christ. Once that happened, no longer necessary. My point is, those two people, if they lived, I can't prove their life to you, went willingly. And that is not easy. It's something I struggle with every day. Because the closer you are to Christ and walking that path, and I'm not saying I'm like, this close to that or something. No, that's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying the closer you get to being one with that, the more that will come at you. Because in this realm, it doesn't want you to be one with that. It wants you to forfeit your soul. The closer you become with that, the closer you will be to walking to the cross. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is belief isn't all rosy and wonderful. That's not what it's really like. That's what's presented to you in Feel Good America and the Feel Good world. The closer you become to, the closer you get to Christ or being like Christ, walking that path, because none of us can walk it perfectly, only He could. The closer you are to going to the destination he went to. Why? Because this world will hate you, that's why. Like they hated Him. Again, it's not some rosy thing. And the apocalypse definitely ain't no rosy thing. It's deadly fucking serious. We all have to make our choice. Do we go willingly? But I guess I'll end with this because I don't know what else to say. I really wish I could give some fucking something positive. But that all comes at the end, unfortunately. So many people had to suffer and die over the thousands of years of history that we know about. When the fuck is that going to end? I'm rather tired of it personally. I don't know when it's going to end. No one knows. But it sure don't feel like we got much time left. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. As always, I'll put the PayPal at the top of the comments section. I hope everyone has a wonderful night until the next episode.